doing some wiring on the Transbrake for the Haltech Rebel, and you have to put the connector together. So this is the way it goes. So you strip your wire, pretend like that's stripped, stick it through there that way. Now the strip part you want in these little 3-prong area, and then the wire part you want in this big 1-prong area. So pretend like it's stripped. See, and where the 3-prong area is, that was where the strip wire would be, and then back here on where my finger's at, that's where the wire part would be. And then you just crimp all that together. Again, from my thumb forward, it should be stripped. I didn't strip it, but I'm just giving you an idea. You squeeze all that together. Once you got the wire all squeezed on there and you tug on it and it don't come off, then you slide it up in the required hole, and we'll go over that here in a minute. And this thing will only go in one way. See the way it's got those grooves on it? And once you push it in so far, that little latch down in the middle of those 2 grooves, they catch inside here. So you slide it in so far. Once you got it all the way in where the pins are poking out, you pull it back and it'll grab. And then you slide this all the way up in the hole, all the way up in the hole. Once you got that on there and you do all the wires that you want to do, then you clip this thing on the end of it. These little grooves here go around the wires for the respectable hole, and you just push that on. That makes it watertight, seal tight when it pushes that all the way down in the hole. But yeah, that's how you put that together. Alright, so I've already ran my wires, and this is the input connector. There's an input and output connector. I've already ran those over. I use quick connects on those because some classes that we race in, you can't have buttons on the steering wheel. So you use those quick connects, and then you unhook that and feed it all back through. But anyway, here you'll see SP1 and SP2 are the ones we're going to use. And we'll look in the tune here real quick, and I'll show you why we chose those. Alright, looking in the tune here real quick. If you go to transmissions, and then it'll look like this. Transmissions, Transbrake. You don't have to drop that down, but if you click on wiring right there, left click on it, see, mine was already set up this way. I don't know if Barely Able Racing had already done this, but you use the aux 25 plus wire when we wired it in that video. I have a video on that for the power for the Transbrake solenoid. And you just ground the other side of the Transbrake solenoid. And then input SP1 is for the Transbrake, and then inputs SP2 is for the bump creep. But anyway, wiring this up to make sure you got the correct ones. This connector is the one you're going to be working with. That's the one that actually plugs in. And this is the front of it. Like you're looking at where it plugs in at the front. Right here. You'd be looking straight down at it. Let me see. Alright, so see how I unplugged it? And this is where you'd be looking straight down at it. So it says E is SP1, which is a gray and a brown. And if you come over here, these are marked right. See if we can zoom in it. Yeah, you'll see there's letters across there. See? Oh, can't hardly get in here, guys. See if we can zoom into it. See? F, G, H, it skips I for some reason. J, K, all them connectors skip I. And on the other side, A, B, A, B, C, D, E. We're looking at it backwards, but yeah, trust me. But anyway, you just want to double check all that and make sure that you're using the correct one. But I figured out that
when you're looking at this, this is this connector. So we got E and G. See right there? And then G goes to the Transbrake. And then E goes to the bump. That's the way we got it wired. So you can, it gives you the wires. So this one's SP1 is gray with a brown stripe. If you look over here, when this plugs in, what was we at? SP1 E, yep, for the Transbrake. So that would plug into the bottom left. If you look at that wire, it should be that one right there. It's gray with a brown stripe. And then the other one should be, let's look over here, gray with a red stripe. So I was just matching up the colors, and that's that one, the second one from the left, gray with a red stripe. That's the that'll be the bump. And that's the way we got her wired in and wired to our buttons up through there, up through there. Now the question is, we're gonna zip tie those all the way back. We got to put our center console back in. Question is, does it work? Turn the key on, pump a prime for about 5 seconds. We should be able to hear it. Haha, it works. Let's see if I can hold y'all under my chin. Sometimes you can't hear the bump function work, but Transbrake definitely works. Woo woo! Well, that was pretty easy. But yeah, that's going to do it for that. There's many different things we can hook up down there. And the next thing we'll probably hook up is the wastegate control, the wastegate boost control, and we'll use a couple of MAC valves for that, and then the onboard air. So it'll control the MAC valves to know how much dome pressure to put on top of the wastegates to help keep them closed, so you make more or less boost as needed. Bug flew on me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Works good. We'll need to get some tuning on it. It starts and it'll run for a second and then it quits, so it needs the cold start tuned, which is in the VE table and post start table and cold start, all that crap. I went in there and messed with it. I've tuned a little on mostly HB tuners. This is a little bit different. I don't really know how to do it, so I'm going to have to do some research. Plus, we bought this from Barely Able Racing, so he's going to give us an hour worth of tuning for free, which will mainly probably be just dialing in the cold start, because once it gets started and gets up to 140 degrees, it starts using the wideband reading, going off what you got on the wideband reading versus what the cells you got in another table. And yeah, it just learns and does its own thing. But yeah, Transbrake's hooked up. Y'all, thanks for watching. This is going to conclude this video. Y'all have a great day.